All right, welcome back to the channel. This is ASA Studios, the channel for photographers and music producers. All right, so let's do a quick one here. We want to edit this image, and I feel like, oh yes, let me share it with you guys how to go about editing your image. So you can check out before and after. Nothing has been done. So we're in Capture One, and this is a Capture One tutorial. Before taking your image to Photoshop or taking this image to Photoshop, I like doing the edit with Capture One. Some of us use Lightroom. So let's take a look at the histogram right here. Now the histogram is actually focused more on the higher end. You can actually see that is the lower part. This is the darker part, means the darker part are higher than the light brighter part. So one thing is you can just easily fix things. So we need a uniform histogram. So let's just try and fix the mode. It's trying to tell you that, oh, look at, you can see this darker part, that this part is just too dark. Even on the man's body is actually dark, and this place is just bright, but we have um less should I say lightning or luminosity. So it's just dark. So let's fix that in a minute. So one thing I'm just going to do, I'm just going to create new fill layer, to fill everything. And the luminance range is actually where what can actually help us in this. But first of all, let's say line luminosity. Let's just name luminosity. Okay, so now we're going to go to the, before you use this exposure to make sure that the photo is just too exposed. That is when you can use this exposure tool. But I'm just going to focus more on the black. I want to bring back this black. I don't want to change the picture too much. I just want to fix the photo. So bring up the black just a little bit to bring out the details. And be careful, you might start having this noise. So we don't want it just too brighter, that is just brighter than the subject. So not 100%, just a little bit, that when you start seeing the details. So you can see taking it to the middle is actually not, you can see a smooth transition within here and here. One way we'll see a smoother transition from the green coming down. So let's take it back again and then bring it up. So we have just smooth transition. Yeah, so up. So now we can see that there's a smooth transition going on there. So we can still bring it up just a little. So now the transition is actually smoother, just like that. Okay, so now let's look at the shadows, if we can actually do something, but keep in mind smoother transition is what we need. So bringing up the shadows is too much, just a little bit, 7. Okay, so this is actually amazing. So you can check out our before and then our after. We've actually brought out the subject. Now let's tackle this luminosity and the brightness, brightness um, of the sun. Okay, so I'm just going to create another new fill layer, and then I'm going to do brightness. Oh, okay. All right, so I mistakenly carried out and removed this screen, so I brought it back. Okay, so now let's go back. I said we have to create a new fill layer, and this is going to be for the brightness. And what we're going to do, we're going to go to the high dynamic range also, because you can see we have a smooth graph compared to before and after. So if we turn this off, you can see compared to our before and after. Now bringing back the luminosity, we have smoother graph. So let's still do more on the brighter side, because if we turn on the exposure warning, this is actually too bright. So we are going to bring that down. So highlight down for this, and then we're getting more details on the sun. So you can see that it's actually, we just need where we can create smoother transition, just where it feels real. Okay, 31, I'm going to take it down a little bit. Let's see what we can do with the white, because the white actually replaces the saturation, brings back the saturation compared to the highlight. So bringing down the white, you see the yellow part of the sun. So you can check our histogram now, fixing, it's already fixing that. So bringing back the highlight is not actually fixing this thing, but it's actually bringing more details, but it's not looking just as real as we want it to. So we want something real like this. So just take it down just a little bit, and then this white too, I'll bring it up so we have a smooth something like that. Okay. All right. So that is for the white brightness, and you see it didn't even affect display. So now we are actually almost done. So we need to make the background more, just bring out the subject the more. So we're getting to where we want the image to be. So just new empty layer, and then we're going to select the subject with our max 2, and I'm just going to increase the brush so we can select our subject. Okay, so let's just select the subject with our with the max 2 and hit M to see where it's actually selected. So just select, take your time and select that, bring it down a little bit. Okay, now we're doing this just to bring out the subject the more. So something like this. Let's wait to select that, just the clothes. Okay, yeah, this is it. You can hear someone playing the keyboard right now. Like I said, this is music. We do music. So instead of me playing it, music on the background, song is actually giving you guys the vibe. Okay, so that's that. Just little. So hit M on the keyboard, and then this is for the subject, 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 and then we just want to bring some details. So bring up the bright and the blacks, so to make him, act more, and the shadows just a little bit. We know it's behind the sun, but I just want him to, pop out the more than what's on the background. So the white, let's just, brighten him up and then bring the highlights. So I'm just typically increasing something about him, so you can see that now it feels like, oh, there's light actually there. So let's zoom in, and then we're going to put in some, saturation to give it more feel, just a little, because I'm actually going to saturate more. Now I want to give more saturation to the sky and the rest part, so I'm just going to create a new fill layer. Okay, should we create a new fill layer? Yeah, a new fill layer, and I just want the saturation, give more saturation to the image, just a little bit of saturation, not too much, just oversaturated. So just, I want to bring up just 5% of the saturation. Okay, so we can actually introduce more blues with the color editor. So go to the blues and then increase the saturation. Okay, so increase the saturation, and then we can come here also and increase the saturation just a bit, so we have more color and more things to deal with. So this yellow part also just a little bit, yeah, not too much, 7.3, and then the orange, just give it just a little bit orange feel. So I guess the photo is actually more looking okay than before. You can see before and then after. So this is how I'm going to actually edit. So you want to create another new adjustment layer and then increase the structure of it, and then that is also okay. So come down, go to clarity, and then just the structure, and not too much, just 5%, then it's actually okay. So thank you so much for watching. This is how I'm actually going to edit. If you feel like the effects are just too much, you can actually, turn some opacity off. So see you in our next video. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you like our video, don't forget to like and don't forget to share. Once again, thank you very much for the support. I really want to say I appreciate. Don't forget to subscribe. This is Studio.